So 2023 is kicked off, guys. A weekend feels like the break has never happened. One of the big questions we get around this time of the year is where do people start with financial planning and personal financial management, shall we say? And generally, the advice is always the same. And what we've tried to do in this blog is just to give people a starting point as to where you would start with financial planning, because at the start of it, it can seem very daunting. There's so much to cover and so much to do. So you can get overwhelmed by it. And the first thing is try not to get overwhelmed. Start with a budget. The big one is understanding money. And to understand money, you've got to understand, well, first of all, how much are you bringing in? How much are you actually bringing into the house? And second of all, how much are you spending? So those would be the big starting points. Take a pen and paper, a bit of paper. There are lots and lots of online apps to help you do this, and I can certainly send you an app as well. But I would suggest taking a pen and paper is probably the best way to do it, and write it out, because by writing it, what you're expending your money on, it becomes more ingrained in your head. And the whole idea of it is to become consciously spending money rather than unconsciously spending money. So the first thing is start with a budget. Know what's coming in and know what's going out. Helps you then figure out, well, how much do I have to make plans? So plans like putting kids through education, how much is that going to cost and what money can I save to that? Funding for pension, funding for later life. All of these take money, but you've got to understand exactly what's starting. So starting point, start with a budget. Second of all, review any existing arrangements you have. So if you have savings plans, if you have life insurance or pensions, review them at least annually, see how they're doing. Are they matching with what you're doing? If you haven't started saving yet, then look at maybe investing as opposed to saving, because inflation, money sitting on deposit at the minute, is devaluing with inflation. So just understanding money, take advice. If you don't understand how inflation works or how to invest correctly, take advice, guys. Start with the budget and get advice would be the best two things. But have a look at our blog. There's 6 steps there. If you follow those 6 steps, it's a good way to start in terms of financial planning. But do remember that financial planning is a journey, it's not a destination. You're never going to actually get to the end of it, because as your life moves on, there are different plans that you need to put in place. So I would suggest starting it as soon as possible. Now is a good time. Everybody starts everything at the beginning of the year, so get your money in order. So have a look at the blog. If you have any questions or queries or anything that is concerning you guys, as always, give us a shout. We're happy to have a chat.